welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we discuss queer media, especially when it's black and especially when it's woman. I'm your host, Allison, aka Al Wu.
And I'm your host, Tang B, aka Sean B. Scribe.
And today, we're going to be talking about the Cinema Sisters Film Festival 2023 in Paducah, Kentucky.
Yes, this is the only lesbian film festival in the country. And as y'all may know, we produced a film, and that film took home Audience Choice for the Cinema Sisters Film Festival.
Yes.
So we are elated, but we weren't the only filmmakers there, obviously. And there were some other people there that we want to showcase, shout out, tell you all about so that you can check out what some of these other queer black women are doing around the country and some of the stories that they're interested in telling.
Bada boom, bada bam. You nailed it. You summed it up.
That's it.
You summed it up. Well, yeah, our film, again, was called Don't Break Up Over Text, written by this brilliant mind right here. I had the pleasure to produce, edit, do a little sound work, all this kind of stuff. So it was very fun to pull the team together and work with such awesome, dynamic individuals to make it happen. So.
Absolutely. And we traveled to Paducah with our director, Juliana Gonzalez, and one of the actors in the film.
Yeah, Breon LaDon Kennedy.
Yes. So that was just a part of our team, but we had a wonderful time. If you haven't seen our video about our trip to Paducah, make sure you follow us on TikTok. Just follow Woman Crush Every Day. And then you'll be able to see what we were up to, what we've been doing. But right now, we're going to tell you about what some other folks were doing.
Bam! That's what we're going to do. All right. So one of the films that we saw, one of the films that black lesbian films in the festival was Grounders.
Yeah.
Grounders is a film about a women's softball league, the Prospect Park softball league, specifically in New York.
Yes.
This was produced, directed by Melanie Hope, who we had the opportunity to meet while we were there. And there you go. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. It was really cool to watch the film. One, because we all know that softball is a major part of lesbian culture, of women culture, really. And so to see all of these wonderful women on these teams together to talk about what it meant to them to be on that team, to be able to form that kind of community and meet one another was really cool. And, you know, we're a fan of the lesbian baseball culture. So if you haven't checked out our review of A League of Their Own, definitely do. But if you want some real life, slice of life, current, what's happening for women right now, check that out. And then check out how those teams actually got formed in New York.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Grounders, look for it at some lesbian film festivals. If we find a way that you can watch it right now, then we'll let you all know. But look for Grounders out and about in the world.
Absolutely. And, you know, I always love a good lesbian athletes film. You know, something where we can see the ladies out there getting rough and tumble.
Yes. It's good.
It's good stuff. So, yeah, had a great time.
The other black lesbian-led film that was in the festival was called The Calling, and this is by Danielle Watkins, who is also a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Shout out to my sorors. You know, we are out here doing great things. So this is a film about a woman who's been called to be a pastor. Her family is determined that she is going to be leading her own church, her own community one day. The only hang-up is that she's a lesbian who's actually never experienced a relationship because she's been trying to keep that under wraps in order to represent her family well. Well, when she gets into this class that's pretty much making her a preacher in training, she runs into a woman who gives her the experience that she hasn't quite had yet.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Praise him.
Definitely check this film out. You can actually watch this. You can rent or buy it on Amazon Prime or at Maverick Films. So check it out. Let us know what you all think about it. If you are a Christian or if you've come up in Christian community, I think this is a film that you can definitely relate to. And we actually haven't seen the ending to it yet, so I'm excited to see how the film ends.
We just put a little money on that and watch that movie. Check out that film. There you go. So I mean, obviously, our film "Don't Break Up Over Text" was in it. But there were some other films that I feel like, honorable mentions that uplifted some black lesbians in the film. One of them was this documentary called Womantown. And Womantown was a lesbian community that kind of popped up in like the late 80s, 90s in Kansas City. I think it was Kansas City, Missouri? I think it was Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
Was it? You think it was Kansas City, Kansas?
It may have been Kansas City, Kansas, but you all will have to check out the film.
I feel like
this community popped up from 1990 to about 1995. It was an intentional community where a couple of lesbians moved there from California and said, hey, we want to try to build community here, and encouraged other lesbians to move there. It's very cool how they were able to create the community there. There was also some contention with the neighborhood, as we know, as things change. Feelings change and feelings get hurt. But they were still able to bring things together. They had markers on all their homes to let each other know who was living where. And they would have these community barbecues, help each other move in. They bought apartment buildings. I mean, they were lit. They were lit for the little bit of time that they had. People are still living there who were a part of the original community, although some people have unfortunately passed on or moved on to other things. There's still a community there. This was a PBS documentary, so you can check this film out, Womantown. It was created by PBS, but some of the founders of the community really helped to put the information in the film, get the interviews, and there were even a few black women who were in this neighborhood. We should also say this was a black neighborhood prior to this lesbian community forming, and the lesbians that came into the community, many of them were white, but there were black people who were part of this intentional community that they built. It was a beautiful documentary, lots of interesting things to learn, especially as we start to lose some of the elders in our community. It's nice to know what people started, what they did, and what they created.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think watching that documentary, I think anybody who's interested in community building and kind of like learning how to grow, plan, for growth and commerce and residential life and all of that stuff. I think it's a really important documentary to watch and kind of learn from and tap in with these people. The founders, some of the founders of Womantown were at the festival, and there was a panel afterwards, and they spoke about what they learned and just living through all of that. And I thought it was just a wealth of information from their experiences from the film and just from talking about them. So definitely, I think lesbians need to watch Womantown just to learn, how to build strong communities that last and really stand the test of time.
Absolutely. And I feel like Cinema Sisters is a community like that. And I want to shout out another artist that joined the festival and put on an amazing performance, has some really interesting content out there, and that is Nina J. Nina J, I don't want to even say exactly what she does, but part of it is spoken word mixed with kind of music production. And so she had a really wonderful performance, and she has a new project that's out where she's produced the music for it, written the words for it, and you can hear it all together. She's talking about some really powerful, soul-catching things. So if you get a chance, please look up Nina J and check out her project.
Absolutely. Totally second that. And you know what?
Yes.
I just had this took me back to when we were reviewing Harlem.
Yeah.
And the scene when Quinn and Homegirl went to the lesbian bar, and it was like a total dud. And they're like, oh, we have to get out of here. It sucks.
Yeah.
So Cinema Sisters, honestly, I did not know what to expect. I've never been to Paducah Kentucky to travel and, tour and any of that stuff. So kind of going into it, it's like, we don't really know a lot of folks there. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what to expect. And I just want to say we had the best time.
Such a pleasant surprise.
With these old lesbians. I mean, it was, different age groups, but, mostly there were a lot of older lesbians there. Yeah. And I think we get bombarded in media with these images of old lesbians as just like, ugh, wet paper bags, you know what I mean? Just like total whack, you know?
Or non-existent.
And
they don't even exist. There's no lesbian over the age of 28.
Yo, these old lesbians were lit. And I mean, like, Nina J, the poetry was amazing. Some of this artwork, I'm just like, whoa, this is really good. And I would not have expected to find this wealth of talent in Paducah. So that was just fire. I just want to sum that up about the trip overall, because I feel like there's a lot of slander, you know, around older lesbians, and
I mean, they set the way, okay? So if you're out here enjoying your good queer life, it's because somebody protested, somebody built community, somebody stood up, somebody directed, somebody produced, somebody made it possible, somebody voted, somebody put legislation forward to make life easier for us. And especially as rights are being rolled back and people are protesting against our communities, it's important to remember, no, there are people out here who paved the way, who set the groundwork, and made it so that we can enjoy this beautiful queer life. Because it wasn't always this easy, y'all.
Yeah. And the fight continues.
Yes.
So, well, I mean, I think that's all I've got.
Yeah. If you want to, please check out cinemasisters.com so that you can check out the other films that were a part of the festival. There were some really awesome creators that were involved. There were some funny films, documentaries, some dramas.
Yeah, really ran the gamut, you know, different genres.
And I think I enjoyed nearly every single thing we saw. Sci-fi, some really, really cool stuff out there. So check out the website. And if you happen to be a filmmaker, really submit. If you are a Black filmmaker and you feel like, that's not the festival for me, actually, it is. It is. And we had a great time participating. So enjoy Grounders, enjoy The Calling, and don't forget to continue to stay tuned for Don't Break Up Over Text, our film about a college student who's just trying to get a meal and smoke a nice blunt, but her friend is messing it up with a breakup over text in 2008.
Yep.
So until next time, y'all. Peace.
Peace.